Good morning, my name is Dr. Sampsa Laakso, and today I'm going to talk about digital transformation of manufacturing. I am an assistant professor in University of Turku. I recently started here 6 weeks ago, and my field of professorship is digital design and manufacturing. And today's contents are first, I talk about what factors have driven the digital transformation of industry, what consequences the global scale changes have had in manufacturing, what is included in the digital manufacturing field, then what is my piece of the pie, and what might happen in the future. So first, we start with the introduction to manufacturing industry in the global context. And the driving factors behind digitalization have been globalization, the Brics countries, extended outsourcing activities, paradigm change, IT resources development, and sustainability awareness. The global business environment has become much more available. Globalization has been enabled by internet and international trade agreements, global competition, global customers, global manufacturing sites, and global organizations and global suppliers. So we have to deal with organizations, customers all around the world in different dispersed locations, and how to handle that communication and logistics network. The Brics countries are Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They are all rising economies, they all have a growing middle class, and they are all major raw material suppliers. And as you can see from the chart, the GDP of the Brics countries has developed since the beginning of this millennia, so that they have grown from being half of the size of the whole European Union to the equal size of the European Union. So now only those 5 countries represent the same economical volume as the whole European Union. And as a European country here in Finland, we have to be able to compete with yet another large economy. Outsourcing has intensified. On average, 70% of the original equipment manufacturers' products' added value is done by outsourcing. And this practically means that only assembly is done in the original equipment manufacturer. The main driving force for this outsourcing is lower labor costs and fixed assets. We don't have to have such a big investments in the production equipment here in Finland if we can outsource those activities. The problem with this is that we lose the manufacturing expertise and cost awareness in the original equipment manufacturer. Also, we have societal losses and decreased gross domestic product and lower balance of payments because of the outsourcing activities. And you can see also from the chart that the balance of payments was positive still in the beginning of 2000, but has gradually been declining to be negative now in 2020s. Also, the outsourcing of industrial companies functions in Finland. You can see from the chart that about 25% of all of the operations in the manufacturing companies have been outsourced for large companies, and about 15% have been outsourced for the smaller companies. The paradigm change, this means that customers demand customized or unique products in small batches. We have a former mass production evolving into mass customization. So basically hipsters are ruining everything here as well. Products are embedded with smart system features. The design complexity and freedom has increased with new manufacturing technologies like additive manufacturing. These require extreme agility and leanness from the manufacturing companies. Many companies have moved towards service business and away from equipment supplier role. The IT resources have become more efficient and available. The internet has enabled global customer base, though which is a two-way street, because also now companies abroad can reach the Finnish customers. So, want it or not, we have to be in a global competition situation. The IT resources include also cloud computing, big data, artificial intelligence, sensors, high-speed communication networks. All of these bring new opportunities for product development and manufacturing process control. Real-time information about products and manufacturing processes can be acquired through these IT systems, so we have much better control and knowledge about the current state of our systems. The sustainability awareness has become one of the markstones of the 2020s. The OECD defines that sustainability contributes beneficially to economy, to society, and to environment. And the economy has always been the driving force in manufacturing, but the environment has become the focus nowadays. But social impact has been left kind of in the sidelines. How manufacturing actually affects the individuals working in the field and how manufacturing affects the country where the manufacturing operations are placed. If we look at CO2 emissions, industry produces 5.2% of the greenhouse gas emissions directly. Also indirectly, industry produces additional 24.2% through energy consumption and 1.7% through shipping. So in total, manufacturing produces 31.1% of all of the CO2 emissions worldwide. And that's why we who are working in the field of manufacturing have a great responsibility to try to do our best to reduce these emissions. If we look at the social impact, one of the measures for this is this Global Rights Index. And if you look at the map, there are only few countries marked with green. Green means that there are very few violations of rights in the industrial framework. Then if you look at the countries that are red, that basically means that there are no rights at all for the industrial workers. So the global situation seems to be quite terrible, since only Europe seems to be only slightly in the green zone. So the industrial workers' rights are in quite bad shape worldwide. So in summary, industry operates now in a global environment with strict requirements for delivery times, quality and costs. Suppliers, manufacturing sites, engineering departments and customers are globally dispersed. Customers demand customized products, small batches and smart system features in the products. Sustainability has become important and it's being enforced with taxes and general population attitudes. And all of these have brought up the consequence that industry has been starting to utilize digital manufacturing. And digital manufacturing provides tools for collaboration in the network, advanced manufacturing planning and control tools, and product and process development tools. And my view of the digital manufacturing can be presented with this chart. So digital manufacturing can be divided into 3 major portions. The portions are collaboration, simulation, and manufacturing. Collaboration tools involve different online tools for integrating the customers, the producers, and the design departments so that we can work collaboratively in online environments and get real-time data on the customer demands and quality issues and so on. Then the simulation tools, we can do product simulations, we can predict the product quality before the actual production. We can simulate the resources like logistics or production lines to optimize the production flow. And then we can simulate the processes themselves like metal cutting simulations, casting or welding simulations. Then we have the manufacturing of the digital manufacturing that include advanced processes like additive manufacturing, 5-axis machining, and other hybrid processes. Then we have the e-manufacturing tools that are these Industry 4.0 tools, industrial internet, and so on. And finally we have the virtual reality tools, virtual reality in work instructions and augmented reality in training of the workers, for example. Then we have 3 major topics that are penetrating all of these fields, and they are artificial intelligence and big data. Then we have the digital twins that are quite a trendy topic nowadays. Basically means that we use real-time sensor data driven virtual models to predict the behavior of the products and processes. And then finally sustainability and circular economics. Benefits of digital manufacturing include shortened product development time, early validation of manufacturing processes, faster production ramp-up time, faster time to market, improved product quality, enhanced product knowledge dissemination, reduction of errors, increased flexibility, and reduced manufacturing costs. So there are many good reasons to utilize these digital manufacturing tools. My piece of this pie is process simulations, and mainly I have done cutting simulations, forming simulations, some casting simulations as well, and then machine simulations like machine tool path simulations and robot path planning with virtual environments. And if you look at the future, what might it look for manufacturing? It can be seen that this kind of total manufacturing is emerging. This means that manufacturing is both targeted and used as a tool in global politics. Just in the recent year, we have 3 news articles about how manufacturing has been used as a political weapon. Financial Times report that China is targeting rare earth minerals exports to US and forbidding the exporting of those to US so that they can cause harm in the US defense industry operations. Then last September, Reuters report that EU Parliament votes to make ships pay for the pollution. And the idea behind that is that we try to reduce or get some taxes back from the global shippings, and therefore we would support the European manufacturing. Also, last year in Reuters, EU imposed tariffs to Chinese steel wheel imports, and because the Chinese steel has been heavily subsidized by the Chinese government, they can sell the steels to Europe with extremely low price and therefore harming the European steel industry. Environmental effects have a significant role in political decision making as well, and that we are going to see in the future much more. Also, the attitudes of the people have been changing. The younger generations have more wholesome career plans. When I started my engineering career, the driving factor of doing an engineering career is a good salary and a respected profession. But nowadays, the younger generation always go for careers that they can make the world a better place. Also, the labor conditions and rights are improving around the world, but still globally really uneven. And therefore, it is too easy to try to exploit countries where the workers' rights are not on the level of Europe. Then some future predictions. China, India, South Americas are becoming even stronger economies. Africa is going to industrialize. The companies are moving away from the sales of products to sales of services. Circular economy, recycling, and re- and demanufacturing are going to become major operations in manufacturing field. Most of the products will have smart and connected features. We are going to compete over resources with different continents. We have a decreased and localized material supply. Automation is going to increase, and we will move towards lights out manufacturing, which means nearly 100% rate of automation. The artificial intelligence will improve and therefore help with the decision making in manufacturing operations. Then sustainability tariffs will be introduced, and companies who can make the production environmental friendly can benefit from this. And lastly, but not least, hydrogen economy is going to invade many fields. But that was my morning coffee session, and hope your coffee was strong and tasty. Thank you.